Welcome back to More or Less, your favorite sports show. We're back. I'm Chris.
I'm Giff.
Marvin.
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Good, bro.
Doing good, man. Can't wait till the NBA Finals start.
NBA Finals. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the NBA Final predictions, and a little bit about what's been going on with the coaches in regards to firing, hiring, all that good stuff.
It's been a crazy week.
Stepping down.
Stepping down, if that's one way to call it. The owner gives you a call and says you're out. And you have a nice press conference. Am I right, Mike D'Antoni? I still haven't forgot you. But anyway, speaking about coaches getting fired, rightfully so, let's talk about Doc Rivers, our good friend and pal. 7 years. 7 years. 7 years you haven't reached the conference finals, and you had an amazing team. Let's take it back to the beginning. 2013, where they had Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul. That was a fantastic lineup.
It's not a championship team, though.
It could have been.
I don't think so.
I think it could have been.
But they were going to beat Miami at that time?
I don't
LeBron?
know. Speaking about Miami, though, LeBron's going to be going up against his old team. Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting.
Old team, old coach, right?
Yeah, Eric Spoelstra. Good point.
Miami's going to win.
Really?
Just saying it right now.
Miami's going to win. How many? I'm curious.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah. You have to say 6 or 7.
And 7.
Marv, what kind of drugs has this guy been taking lately?
He's been taking too many drugs because his predictions have been off all over the place.
Bro,
do not underestimate this Butler-led basketball team.
I'm not underestimating Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler's a phenomenal talent, but
Jimmy Buckets.
I'm not underestimating.
They don't have perimeter defense, the Lakers.
They've been playing perimeter defense relatively well. No. Houston.
This team is different.
Houston. What did Houston have? It was a shooting team.
This is different. This is a different
Houston
team.
was a shooting team. How's it different?
Okay.
3-point shooting team.
Listen. With the Hero, with Duncan, right? And you got great defense with Crowder, too. These guys are going to knock shots down out of bio. He can go tangle along with
I can't
Anthony
believe
Davis.
you just said Jay Crowder's a great defender. Mark, what do you think about
Yeah, he is. He's a good defender, man. He can also knock down shots, too.
Out of bio is one thing. Crowder
and Iguodala, like he's not doing that much, but like he can like still make like
Iguodala has been quiet ever since he left the Golden State.
He goes deep into the game.
Iguodala's like 73 now, so let's be real.
Iguodala has been quiet.
Iguodala's body's been breaking down quick. I mean, and he's growing out his hair. Ironically,
it's gonna be a great series. I'm a big fan of let the two best teams play.
Absolutely,
and I feel there shouldn't be there's people saying, experts, fans, everything, they say there's going to be an asterisk here. Now I don't think that there's an asterisk.
No, if
there's
anything,
some big boy games. No fans.
Absolutely no
fans.
Yeah, no fans. The circumstances of like how you basically are in a completely like isolated place. You know what I mean? And it's like you just play. There's good and bad to it.
Of course.
Me and Chris were having this conversation the other day with the performance of Tyler Hero.
Was it on record or off record?
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's important.
Off record? Whatever. I don't know.
Is it at work or off work?
It was off work. But
all right. So
we're talking about Tyler Hero. I had what was it, like 38 points?
No, 37 points.
Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is he had a lights out game, but can he do that when things get normal? When
and I
travel again?
No,
and I said no too, right? I mean, not taking anything away from him, I feel like he's going to be like a terrific player in this league, but I don't think you're going to drop like a 38 like that against a Boston team, right? When the crowd's going, that would never happen in like a Boston, right? You can see that from a Jimmy Butler.
We won't be able to see until next year,
but not from a rookie. You know what I mean? It's like playing at like YMCA right now, you know. But the guy can play, and I really. I'm rooting for them, man. I want Miami to win. They've been like my favorite team since the playoffs started, right? Initially, people thought with Indiana should be a tough matchup. No, swept them.
But TJ Ward is not LeBron James.
I understand that.
We're gonna bring it up. But you were wrong about Denver and Utah. We were both one for Denver and Utah.
You know what?
Okay, the fact that it went 3-1 at least, but then they haven't twice.
They came back from 3-1 twice.
I will say this
against your team, which is the Clippers. Am I right?
It's not my team. I just hate LeBron, and I wanted them to. I felt like that would be the biggest matchup.
But you definitely wanted the Clippers to win. Definitely wanted the Clippers to win.
I wanted the Clippers to win so they could beat LeBron, and that didn't happen. I'm pissed about that. And now I got Jimmy Butler to like handle my shit for me.
Hold on a second. Since we're talking off record, I told you Kawhi Leonard's robotic heart at work. His robotic heart would not be able to lead that garbage Clipper team.
Which they still don't have a leader, by the way.
His robotic heart just, I cannot compute. I have no emotions. Pay me, please. I'm a cheapskate. I need more coupons.
And I can't play a full season.
Garbage ass. Garbage ass.
You're talking about the Finals MVP.
I'm talking about the most overrated superstar in my lifetime.
What?
Yep, I said it.
Two-time Finals MVP.
Two-time. The first time he didn't deserve it either.
Yes, he did. He locked down LeBron. What are you talking about?
should have gotten it.
Ibaka? No.
Who?
Come on.
Ibaka should have gotten the Finals MVP.
The second time, yes.
That's a little.
What are you
That's a
saying?
little extreme.
No.
You're
not joking.
I'm joking about no, I think Tim Duncan should have won it the first time.
I agree with that.
I think Tim Duncan
Especially
should
was
have
on his way out.
Yeah.
Played out of his mind.
Yeah, Tim Duncan
we
is
saw, we saw how quiet
Tim Duncan is already
Hey,
got
hey,
this, man.
you know what,
There's a new generation at that
you know
time.
what? Since we're still talking about Kawhi Leonard, do I think Gandalf, aka Greg Popovich, handled that situation correctly? No. Popovich should retire, sail off with Doc Rivers. You and Mike D'Antoni get your own banana boat and just, as they say, piss off. The nicest way I can say it.
Doc Rivers is such an overrated
Just
coach.
go. Just sail off into
He's
the
had-
abyss.
he's
You never
Blown
had
a
know
amazing
about
3-1
you guys anymore.
lead 3 times
No,
in his
he had a
career.
great Boston team, and he led them whatever.
How do you
to whatever.
lose with that team, though? Especially
with
that first year.
Kawhi, Paul George, and sometimes he plays as George Paul. And,
Sometimes?
And Beverly and Harrell. All these guys got quiet the more they advanced in the playoffs, the more quiet some of these other guys got. Kawhi showed up to play.
I think the bottom line is Clippers just didn't want to be there. Actually, they were one of the two teams that decided, hey, we don't want to be here. The other team was the Lakers, and boy, did they show it. Like they just don't want to be there.
We have to give them not just thumbs up, but props to Denver. They showed up.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah,
Play.
man. Denver.
They showed
Shout
up
out.
hungry.
Shout out to Jokic and Murray. for
Jokic,
sure.
Murray.
That whole the coaching
And
staff,
I would even
everyone,
say,
the heart of that team is amazing.
Mike Malone's a
I'm
fantastic
rooting
coach.
for the Denver Nuggets next year to make some noise.
They're
Man.
gonna make some
Me too. They're definitely going
I
to
definitely
make some noise.
like their placement, the way they play as a real team,
Yeah.
like Miami. But I feel like they eventually they ran into a big stuff with AD and LeBron.
I think the thing that separates, in my opinion, between what I think is gonna happen ultimately between the Heat and the Lakers is the Heat have heart, bro.
Oh yeah.
The Heat have heart.
Wait, hold on a second.
They're
The
all
Lakers have shown a lot of heart,
underachievers, right? The underdog. Jimmy
Lakers have
Butler,
shown-
30th
But
pick.
I'm
AD and
not-
LeBron have shown
And
a lot of heart,
I'm not saying that these Miami Heat players haven't been showing up. I'm simply saying that it's not fair to say the Lakers don't have heart, though.
Yeah.
Because
Because
making an
showed
example
up.
like that.
Maybe excluding LeBron.
No, what
You
about
don't think
the way
AD
they
has
played
heart?
against
I don't think so.
Houston?
Really?
I
The
don't
way
think
they
so.
played against Houston.
I
that
mean,
was a
if
big
this is
statement.
because
First of all,
if this is because I made the comment about Kawhi Leonard's robotic heart, good. He does have a robotic heart.
Okay.
Not a leader at all.
But check this.
On
this.
the court, he's
about
a
heart.
leader, not verbally.
Talking about
I
heart.
don't know about that.
A lot of
assists
people
again.
counted out the Lakers against Houston. They went and beat Houston. Denver came back 3-1 against two other teams.
That's right.
Which you could say the Clippers were on paper better than the Lakers.
Oh yeah, they were on paper phenomenal.
And the Lakers came and shut them out in 5.
5 games.
If there was no
So-
bubble, would the Clippers win the Lakers? There was no
don't know.
bubble.
I don't know. No, I still don't think
I
so.
still don't think so.
I don't think so.
The way that they showed up to play, AD and LeBron have chemistry, and the way they're playing right now, the chemistry with the team, with everything, is going to say a lot about the way they move on from here. Which is something that some of the other teams were missing. If Kawhi shows up to play, but George Paul becomes George Paul, that they didn't win. If LeBron picks it up, AD picks up the slack, or if LeBron is having 38 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds, you still had AD with 20-something points. Like,
All right, let's talk
kept
about
playing with each other.
Marvin. I want to talk about matchups though. In regards to Miami's not going to run their zone defense against the Lakers.
No, they can't. And if
Why
they
not?
do, they're gonna get eaten up.
Okay, so here's how it works. If they want to do their 2-3, this is what I'm gonna do. If I'm Frank Vogel,
I won't even show it right here.
if I'm Frank Vogel, this is what I'm gonna do. I will make sure that my bigs are inside at the same time. I'm gonna have my 4 as Anthony Davis, my 5 as Dwight Howard, and I'm gonna dump that ball. I'm gonna have AD open up. Dump it to Dwight. I want Caruso to cut constant action. The only way you can beat a zone is if you literally
Moving.
unload. If you unload on one side, The side with the ball, the strong side, you need 4 players on that side. Meaning on the other side, you need a shooter open so he can do as he wants. He can also be a cutter at times. But you need to move that ball with a purpose. And here's the thing. Back to the point that you made. Jay Crowder's not as bad of a defender as I made a joke earlier. He is a pretty solid defender. Jimmy Butler he's a phenomenal two-way player. But what Adebayo? Adebayo is a great interior defender. But we're not talking about somebody like Boston Celtics Daniel Theis. We're talking about a legitimate, terrifying superstar in Anthony Davis. We're talking about a banger in Dwight Howard. We're talking about a 7-foot-tall JaVale McGee.
Well, even
Lakers
McGee
can
go up and keep alley-ooping on you all day if he really wants to.
I think that at the end of the day, the Lakers are going to need to make shots, and they're not making shots, and Miami's going to make them pay for that.
Well, he said if they're going to run that zone, that's always going to be an open man.
Okay, but they don't make shots.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but they still have the interior.
If you want to get your shooting started, this is what you do. You start out from the inside, you work your way outside. The only every team that I've seen, apart from the Golden State Warriors, were not able to get their jump shooting going without getting their interior going.
Of course.
You got to get easy buckets to get your confidence up. Kyle Kuzma, I think he's a C- player at best. Even when he scores at the basket, he feels more confident to stop texting those girls on Instagram and to start shooting the basketball a little bit
Happy
better.
with his 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, and he's if the Lakers re-sign Kuzma,
you're supposed to be the number 3 guy.
I don't know, man.
You're playing like the number 6 guy.
I was so
trade him.
excited. I was so excited his rookie year. I'm like, dude, look at this guy. He's playing so well. Especially
Well, they won the summer league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially because he came from such an underprivileged
So what? Did the
background.
addition of LeBron it messed up his?
It messed up Lonzo Ball's development. It also messed up Ingram. Ingram, who's now an all-star. Who's an all-star now. Look, so I'm not hating on the kid for that. I just don't see any effort in Kyle Kuzma. He plays the way he wants.
Effort at all.
He plays the way he wants, and he thinks that the team should adapt him. You're not the 3rd best player on the team. You'd be lucky if you're the 6th best player on the team.
That's what I just said. He's playing like the 6th.
6th or 7th, yeah.
Yeah, he's not playing well at all.
Williams playing much better than him.
Well, Lou Williams? No, we're not even going to talk about Sleepy Lou. Or Cajun Lou, whatever you want to call him.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper Lou. We're not going to waste our time talking about it.
Chicken wings later. Okay, we talked about the Lakers. What does Miami have to play against the Lakers?
What do you mean?
Miami? Okay,
What does Miami have to do to beat the Lakers?
Stay consistent, which they don't really have a problem with, right?
No, but I don't know, man. Miami's gonna go up against the team.
Miami takes every possession, every possession.
Yes.
They don't play sloppy basketball. They can shoot.
They have a lot more, like you said earlier.
Everyone steps up for that team, man. Especially with this series, the Boston series, they won in 6, man. They should have won in 5. But they beat the Boston Celtics.
They have Dragic.
Honestly, we're favored. Actually,
we both said Miami.
But I didn't think it would go 6.
No. I will say this though. Props to Brad Stevens for developing those 2 players in particular. But if I'm also Boston, I'm gonna move Gordon Hayward. I know it's gonna take that contract, though, but who's gonna take that contract? That's the problem.
Take that contract? You're not gonna move Brown.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to move Brown, and I'm not going to move Tatum. Everyone else, you can go.
So you figure out a 3-way with
What
a team.
about Marcus Smart?
No,
You keep Marcus Smart.
I'm going to keep Smart.
Marcus Smart.
X
Factor.
You have to keep those
Good
3
point.
playing together.
No, those 3 together are fantastic.
Hayward
And Theis as a role player.
Theis is doing great.
Theis is a great
Theis is great,
He's
but let's be real.
underrated.
Let's be real, though. The reason Miami spanked Boston was because Theis was literally their 5. Yeah. Boston's 5 was a Theis, and Adebayo was Miami's. And Adebayo was literally...
It was like a foot taller almost.
No. There wasn't much of a height difference, honestly. There wasn't.
It looked when they were standing next to each other.
Well, when Theis's vertical is probably 12 inches, and Adebayo's is probably like 40.
Yeah.
So, that's probably it. Let's be real. He's jumping out of stadiums. But Adebayo's going to learn the hard way that you can be good in 3 series, but when you go up against a top 5 player in Anthony Davis, you're gonna
2 top 5.
So question
you're
for
gonna
you.
understand real quick how the world
If the
works.
Lakers do win, is it gonna be led by AD Or is the victory going to be led by LeBron?
It's gonna be
ultimately.
both. It's gonna be
Bro,
both.
they're gonna need
No,
both.
I mean someone's going to put a stamp on it, right?
I think AD's gonna win his first finals.
But
MVP.
that's why I
How
feel like
about
they
that?
play so well together.
First finals
AD can
MVP.
have 38 points. The next game, LeBron has 38 points.
Like
but he has
LeBron had a nice
15
close that
assists.
game.
He had
yeah.
like 15, 12 assists.
Hey, what's your prediction on this?
Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. You said Miami in 6.
Miami in 7.
Miami in 7. I'm gonna say Lakers in 5.
Actually, I think that Miami in 6.
I'm
Because if
saying-
it goes 7, I think Lakers will win.
I'm gonna say Lakers in 5. And the reason I'm saying this is even though I love Jimmy Butler and I would love for him to win his first ring, I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Now,
This Lakers team is way too
They
talented.
showed up to play against Houston, which is a really good 3-point shooting team. They just had that small ball going for them, which the Lakers adapted and won. Denver, super hungry. Jokic,
Yeah.
making
He's also
incredible
super
passes.
tired, and Jamal Murray hurt his knee.
Yeah,
Barely
But,
playing.
Like these guys showed up to play. I feel like if I'm gonna give it to the most improved team, so one of the toughest teams in the bubble overall was Denver.
No, we're not arguing that. Absolutely, great point. You
But
brought
that's
up
why
there.
for the Lakers to overcome some of these teams that they played in the West, to how good some of the teams are in the East, I think Lakers are gonna win.
I will say this though, I'm really digging the fact that the East is competitive again.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm digging
It was
that.
fun to see them
Me
play their
I'm
hearts out.
really happy
Evenly balanced
LeBron.
finally,
I'm
you know?
really happy LeBron left the East because ever since he's left, it's been a legitimate conference again.
Yes.
Well, then the power has shifted a little bit to like
The
these
smaller
younger
market,
players,
the smaller market
markets,
teams.
younger players, trying to make a name for themselves. That's why I feel like the bubble had its good and its bad, and we got to see some of the best games that we would have seen. I think that we normally would have not seen.
Okay.
I liked so far the bubble.
I just kind of miss
Very
watching the
interesting.
fans, man. Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah,
but
man,
it's
actually-
interesting
that we're
to see
used
something
to. Actual-
different.
NBA
Actual-
Finals in October. It's weird. Yeah.
Actual home court advantage is pretty nice.
What I was thinking is like, when are they going to start the next season, right? Because it is ending in October.
And is it going to be a short season or is it going to be?
That's my guess. Like, how is it?
But I think they'll travel. I think they'll start traveling.
so early.
Yeah, it's probably gonna start on Christmas.
Christmas.
Like Christmas. I would have the season opener Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's how I would do
Yeah,
it. If
start
I
the
was,
season.
Would
if
you-
I was David Stern.
I would do it January
David
because
Stern.
that way you get a little bit of a rest.
I'm sorry. I would hate to disrespect David Stern by comparing him to Adam Silver. My condolences to David Stern. Fantastic commissioner.
Rest in peace.
He kept the players accountable, which Adam Silver can't do. 20-year-old kids are telling you to shut your mouth. Stand up for yourself. Be a man. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for your take. So I want to just recap real quick. You said Lakers in 6. You said Miami in 5. 6.
Miami in 6.
Miami in 6. I'm gonna say Lakers in 5. Guys, thank you so much. Don't please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video because it really helps us grow our channel. As always, stay tuned for more or less.